woman that watched them burn the house when she hid in the fence row. What was her name?
It lived where?
Lived in the house and watched the Union soldiers
Aunt
burn.
Rhodey. You mean in time of the war?
Uh-huh.
That was my Aunt Rhodey Valentine.
Well, who was her mom and daddy?
My grandmother's name was Betty Baxter before she married Grandfather Robert Valentine, and they had to go to Stone Mountain to war. They were having a battle, and they had to go, and the Sevier County ones would get everything they had, the civilians would, that they had in the house to eat, if they didn't hide it. And if they hid it then, they'd beat them up if they didn't tell where it was at. And Grandma, she hid hern that night that there's a going, while she hid hern under the floor, and she come out the road just a little from what we call the Bryson place, and she, her and Aunt Rhodey slept in the Clint's corner that night. So they come and didn't find nobody nor nothing to eat and left. And I don't know where they went to. They went somewhere else, I guess, to look for something. I don't know. Wherever they could get anything, why they got it that way. And if they was at home and didn't give it to them, and give them nothing that way to eat, why they beat the women up, the men that was at battle.
What about Granny Garber? Granny Garber.
Well, I don't know. I don't know much about her. She wasn't. I don't know nothing about the war about her.
Well, didn't she come over here from across the water?
She come from Russia, Ireland. They said they had the measles over there, and they was afraid that they'd all take the measles. Back then, measles killed pretty much, pneumonia followed. Well, it still does. Pneumonia still follows the measles. And he kills bad, and
how was she killed?
County.
How was she kin to you?
Out about Glastonbury. She was what?
How was Granny Garber kin to you?
How old was she?
No, how was she kin to you?
She's my grandmother.
Grandmother?
Yeah, Granny Dory Garber was my grandmother.
Did you know Grandpa Garber? Did you know Grandpa Garber?
No, I never did know him. Don't know what his name. Don't really even know what his name was.
You don't know what her name was before she married him either, do you?
Yes, I know her name. She was Dory
Garber.
And his wife was. No, that's on the barn. Tommy, Uncle Tom. He was. I forgot.
What about Grandma Barnes and Grandpa Barnes? What was her name?
Well, I don't know how many children they had now. I forgot how many, but they had several, and they lived out in here for a while, and then they moved to Big Creek over in North Carolina, just across the mountain here, and they raised their family over there. And Grandpa never, he lived out here.
What was his name?
John Barnes.
And her name was?
Dory Garber was his first wife. And then he married Liz Coggins, these Ledford's grandmother.